I felt drawn to just give a shout out to my fellow magic beings and witches. Happy Halloween. Happy season of the witch. Good witches only at this channel. But hey, everyone has a role to play, right? So I've come to the town square, and it's hard not to think about all of the witches that have been burnt over the centuries. It's hard not to think about the medicine folk, the medicine women, the keepers of herbal knowledge, the keepers of true alchemy, and the way that they have been treated throughout time. Now, good news is this is a Halloween like no other. I'm being told that there are portals open for us that have never been opened before. And before I go any further, I'd like to acknowledge your ancestors, the ones you know of and the ones you do not. I'd like to acknowledge my ancestors, the ones I know of and the ones I do not know of, and the ancestors of the ground on which I stand. So what is it? It's almost like blood in the water, but it's more like fear in the occult, fear in the cults, fear in the hidden chambers and places of power that have simultaneously stolen wisdom and knowledge from witches for a very long time. So much powerful, potent energy. And of course, if you know about Beltane, you know that it is not just a day of death, it is a day of birth, a day of creation. So make sure to protect your heart space, protect your divine, sacred energy. At the same time as acknowledging that it is a playful time of year. It is a time to be a little bit cheeky, to be a little bit extra fairy fae-like. And I just heard the unraveling of scriptures. Take what resonates, leave what does not. So as the unraveling of scriptures takes shape, as I channeled today about that moment in The Wizard of Oz when Dorothy pulls back the curtain and reveals the sham of a wizard. So there's that element going on, there's that energy going on. I just keep hearing this is a Halloween like no other. And we have basically, if you're going to do any magic tonight, it is going to be 12 times as powerful, 12 plus times more powerful than usual. And I don't speak about black magic and spells and alchemy that openly on this channel for very good reasons. Shout out to the stalkers. And also because it's important to be aware and conscious of the information that you're putting out as a holder of wisdom, of magic, of knowledge, right? So I don't encourage people to practice quote unquote dark magic, right? Yeah, it's that time of year. I just saw a bunch of rainbow ribbons, which of course lines up with Beltane. Be conscious of and aware of phallic imagery at this moment. Be conscious and aware of projections that are taking advantage of these portals and the potential that's on offer to us as a collective. And like all of the witches, the good witches are just so powerful right now. Every intention, it just has so much more energy, potency and power behind it at this time, depending on who you are, of course. And the calendar shifts and shapes according to seasons. I acknowledge my Celtic ancestors. I acknowledge their bloodline within me. I acknowledge the witches of my bloodline, the medicine women and the medicine folk of my bloodline. And I acknowledge everything that they went through. Yeah, so I don't talk about actual spell work, quote unquote spell work, that much on this channel. But I will say that I personally choose, for example, if you're under spiritual attack, if you're experiencing negative projections from somebody, or ill intent, if you're in some kind of battle with a witch or a warlock, I would advise, let me just get over here in case that's affecting the sound. I would advise, oh, that's so strange. Okay, that could mean something for some of you. I would advise binding their magic and their gifts rather than intentionally attempting to cast a quote unquote spell over them and their life. Okay, so there's ways that you can, particularly if you know that you have been given the power to, or that you are communicating with energies and powers beyond this realm that are in support of the action of binding people's gifts and powers so that they do not use them for bad. Yeah, that's what I would advise, because karma is real, baby. You know it is. And so is Dharma, I gotta say. And a lot of good witches are gonna get their Dharma this year. It's like witch Christmas. It's like, and like I said before, Beltane speaks of planting seeds, okay? Very much like a flirtatious, playful energy that goes on with Beltane, which definitely speaks of seeding the harvest to come. And then, of course, we have the frequency and energy of the Scorpionic Death card, the Day of the Dead. And so it's really this heightened time of the veil being so thin that if you want to talk to an ancestor, if you want to talk to a ghost or a spirit, you absolutely can do that at this time, obviously with their consent, and that'll be up to them as well. Like this like sharp edged sword of life and death, like a pendulum swinging back and forward. And it's as if for this time of year, that pendulum hangs mid-air, suspended by the very power of ancestral bloodlines of magic. Yes, you can practice. Yes, you can learn spells. Yes, you can read books. Yes, you can watch videos on it. Yes, you can learn from your best friend witch. But there is something about the bloodline that is taking place at the moment that is so important because of the chaos of the world, and because we are at this fork in the road where everything is changing. You know, like, superpowers be real. Superpowers be very real right now. And so be conscious and aware and considerate with your power, with your magic. Know there's lots of Fey energy around. There's lots and lots and lots, like, especially if you have Celtic bloodlines, Viking ancestry, Saxon ancestry, particularly if you know that there were holders of magic, be that druids, be that witches, be that shamans, medicine women. Yeah, very powerful time of year. And I just wanted to send my love, and just to acknowledge that the amount of attacks and attempted projections onto people just practicing good magic right now is ridiculous and laughable, really, and kind of awkward and embarrassing for the darker forces, to be honest, is the way they're talking to me about it. And I gotta say, like, I keep getting this sense of this reckoning coming for the spiritual community, that I'm still trying to work out how to talk about. And yeah, I hope that whatever seeds you plant tonight, cleanse your bloodline, pay honor and tribute to those who have come before you. Honor and really take the time tonight or over the next few days, take the time to really acknowledge and honor the magic that you hold within, in your soul's coding, in your soul's memory, particularly if you have big past life memories coming to you at this time. I just saw a whole bunch of tombs opening, so that could be symbolic, or there could be actually some tombs that are about to be discovered. I've been getting this message for some time over the last year, actually since the last Halloween, Hallows Eve, Beltane, of sacred sites being discovered, or rediscovered, I should say. And there's something about the unraveling of scripts. And I just heard hymns as well. So mantras are important, song is important. If you know any of your ancestral songs, or Icarus, medicine songs, I encourage you to sing them. And celebrate yourself, like celebrate how fucking magic you are, particularly if you're a divine feminine, because you survive every single day. You get up and survive this misogynist creepdom of a world. So like goddess baths, feast, make a feast, even if it's just for yourself. Buy a feast, create a feast, have a feast, whether that is of food, of literature, of film, of whatever for you, in moderation, obviously. Yeah, and just like, it's time for us to also give ourselves a big pat on the back for like all the demons we done slayed this year. And something about candy apples. But I'm sure that that download will come through in the right time. Ah! Oh, if I didn't mention it, this is Codes of Harmony. And extra love to Scorpios, because regardless of who you are, how you identify, Scorpio energy and magic right now is lit. Lit like a fiery crown of purple, violet, and ruby colored flames. Blazing change is what I just heard. So much love. Happy Beltane. Boom, boom, boom.